And we talk about change, and change is hard for everybody. But I'm curious, how do you stay open to change when technology is shifting so quickly?
Yeah. That's I've been thinking about that a lot actually because
Mm,
AI is a revolution right now. So it's
mhm,
changing a lot of things very quickly. And so in reflecting on that, the first thing I'd say is you have to stay humble. Right. You might have accomplished something great. You should rightly be proud of it, but it could very well be eclipsed in the next,
mm,
day, week, month, year. And so as you said, change happens quick. It doesn't mean that what you didn't have value, right? It's just that
mhm,
someone has figured out something with greater value. And when I see that happening, I try to embrace that change and
mm,
understand what is it that they've done. Why is it either more compelling or why is it by the numbers better? And I also know, and this helps, right, that I can still continue to provide perspective and understanding because I did solve maybe a problem, and so I can bring that perspective, incorporate it, or kind of use it with whatever else is emerging, what is new, and
mhm,
then maybe you can then kind of bring about like being part of that change as well, and being an agent within that change, and you're not an outsider to it. It's not eclipsing you. You're just evolving with it, and keep that perspective. And that is again one of the reasons why like I've been embracing machine learning for some of the things that we're doing. Is I had some pretty great success with my team, really, not
mhm.
myself, in some areas in like spacecraft navigation. And AI is going to revolutionize that. And that's one of the reasons why I just dove right in. I said, let's make this
Mhm,
happen. I have perspective. I have understanding of what we have done. Let's make sure we don't
mhm.
commit the same mistakes. But let me figure out this new thing along with the experts that are doing it, and become a part of that as well.
Yeah. So, as I mentioned earlier, I like to think of myself as an open-minded person, especially when it comes to technology. I'm the guy who, I'll hear about a new thing and I'll always want to try the different products, even if I already like what I already have. Ironically, one of the things I like to do is just to my wife hates going to any kind of store with me because I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I'm just walking around just looking like, oh, I wonder what they have now. I wonder how the home department at Target has changed since we were last here, right? Are there different product, right? Because we're being sold. I mean, the reality is the marketing paradigm, there's only so much space. They choose what we're exposed to. And so seeing what Target exposes us to versus what Costco exposes us to, and more so bringing it back to the technology, what
Mhm,
NVIDIA is going to talk about versus what AMD or Intel wants to talk about, or Meta
mhm,
versus Google, right? And at the end of the day, they all have their space that they take up in
mhm,
the industry or in the market, and they're going to expose you to what benefits them. And so for me, oftentimes it's just like window shopping, to be honest.
mhm.
And sometimes I just explore what they have, or I'll look at different YouTube videos of people who do reviews. But for me, often it's a continuous validation that past decisions are still good decisions, and kind of checking to make sure that I'm not too reliant on what I have done. It's funny, and I'm gonna quote it, and some people are gonna laugh, but it's actually a quote from Drake. And Drake he ended up getting sponsored by Nike. And he said, Nike pays me because I did it, but they're not paying me because I did it. They're paying me to do it again.
Mm,
And I think it's interesting because the solutions that we've solved as our careers continue to grow, we did that. But the reality is we continue to be compensated for what we will do in the future. And so making sure I'm checking my mindset to make sure that I'm still thinking about what is possible rather than what has been done. And so that's it's kind of how I make sure sometimes it's unconscious. Sometimes it's just it's a conscious, well, I haven't done this in a while. Let me take a look.